Welcome to a very special video for today, as I'm going to be covering two just very charming indie games we had a chance to play over the last few weeks. Neither game would be, I think, really considered in-depth enough that I could dedicate an entire video to. I wanted to at least give them a shout on some coverage here. And with both of them kind of coming out so close to each other, it kind of gave me the perfect opportunity to make this kind of charming double combo kind of video here today. Obviously, both games were played with press keys provided by a developer, and if you like submit a game doesn't have to be charming, wholesome, or whatever that you let me take a look at, please get in touch. But we are going to start with Shindig. This was a game that I interviewed the developers, and the interview should be up by the time you're watching this on YouTube. And this was designed to be a very low stakes, kind of relaxing adventure game. The story is that we have been summoned by B. Baxter Baxtenberg, which was not easy for me to say, to an island to help set up for a party. And the party is going to be full of all manner of animal friends, plant life, and also a giant photorealistic cat. In terms of the adventure design itself, this is definitely, again, on the lower end in terms of difficulty. If you've managed to beat any adventure game released over the last 4 or 5 years, then you should be more than capable of solving the puzzles of Shindig. And again, this game was not meant to be a brain buster in terms of its puzzles. The only thing that kind of took me for a loop was after I returned to the game after about a week or two of not playing it, it was kind of hard to familiarize myself with where I was or where I had to find all the various items. But again, this was a game that was designed to be just, I think, a really solid rainy day game. Something that you have a few hours to kill, or you have kids over and you're looking for a game to play with them. This was created by 2 people, and they also did all the voice acting as well. And again, while this is not going to be, I think, the #1 best-selling adventure game of all time, it's just a relaxing game and relaxing time to be had. And if you are looking for something very low stakes to unwind to, and listen to some a very wacky assortment of voices, then I would say check out Shindig, and you'll find links to this and our second game, Unpacking, down in the description. And we're going to switch over and talk about that, but first, as always, a quick break, and if you're interested in my books on design, then check these out. For entry-level students, we have 20 essential games to study, and then the Game Design Deep Dive series that takes an extensive look at different genres, with free-to-play coming in 2022. With Unpacking here, this is a game that is not at all about high-stakes adventures, fighting monsters, saving the world, or anything else that could prove to be stressful, or at least stressful in the fantastical sense. Instead, this is a game that is all about the stress of, well, unpacking. Each level takes place at a different time in this woman's life, and it's your job to find a spot for all of her things. Be it cameras, computers, jump rope, as you can see right there, books, so many books, clothing, and more. The general rule is that objects have to be placed reasonably in a logical area for what their intended purpose is. So no plungers in the kitchen and no microwaves in the bathroom, I'm afraid. And that is it. The game does, I think, a pretty good job of environmental storytelling, as the objects that you unpack and the places that you're in frame the story of what happened to this woman over the course of, I believe it was like 20 years of moving and living. And like I said in the first part with Shindig, the game itself, it's a very interesting hook. It's just, I think, not complicated enough for one of our regular videos here. But again, just such a very charming game. This is one of those titles where I feel that for children, I think some of the more, I won't say mature themes, but some of the more, I think, deeper discussions about what this game represents are going to go over their heads. And for everyone else, I think this is just a really interesting game to play. Now, the problems, or what's been pointed out, is that this is on the short side. I think I beat the whole thing in just under 3 hours. And if you're hoping for any layers of depth in terms of these mechanics, you're not going to find it. Again, there really isn't anything else to this game other than unpacking and putting stuff away. So if you are somebody who likes to be organized, this is definitely the game for you. And if you're also somebody who likes to be organized, you probably didn't want to watch me actually stream this game in terms of how I place things all and around in these various rooms. But like I said, that's going to do it for these two games. Short, sweet, and just very charming to play. And again, I would like to thank the developers for giving me press keys, and if you would like to submit a game, once again, be sure to get in touch. Check out our Discord and Patreon link down below, and come back for daily discussions on game design here and on game wisdom, where we examine the art and science of games. Until next time, take care.